Well, no matter how happy you are in your relationship, discussing money can still lead to an argument. And this has many couples avoiding the topic altogether.
And there are some money mistakes that couples make. Carmel financial professional Alexander Joyce from ReJoyce Financial is here to point out some of those mistakes and how to get tough financial conversations started. Alexander, thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure, it really is. Opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, so this is something that is really near and dear to me and my husband's hearts because we don't play about this. We literally do a financial meeting once a week. Like, we're pretty, like, boom, this is what we need. You got to tell me what some of those tough conversations involve when it comes to folks just having a hard time with this.
You know what it is? I mean, it's one of those conversations that sometimes it takes a leap of faith at the dinner table. You know what I mean? Like, here's what's on my mind, and I think it, for even those that are getting close, cohabitating couples, if you will, getting close to approaching marriage, or even those that have been married a long time still don't have, from my perspective, this side of the table, this side of the desk, don't have that clarity, if you will, on budgeting. Right? It's like, we just still kind of hope, right? Or it causes frustration, as a lot of us know, within a marriage or within any kind of relationship, spending frivolously, if you will. Maybe one's a saver and one is more conservative. And so having that real conversation about spending together, or maybe, there's separate, there's been multiple marriages, if you will, and there's different children, that becomes very cumbersome as well, right? So, maybe I like to buy my kids J's and she likes to buy her kids loafers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why spend that money if you don't have to? Maybe he's more of a saver and she's more conservative. And so I think that pen to pad, just sit down and really focus on budgeting first and understanding kind of like, how you are spending your dollars, what is important to you, setting aside a couple's account, if you would, and slowly you can kind of combine those things. And when it comes to spending, you can just do the right thing, right? You can kind of make these decisions together. I think once we are on the same playing field, it makes sense.
Alexander, you've coined a term, financial infidelity. I think I may have experienced this in one of my earlier marriages, but define the term. What is that?
You know what? It is simply spending truly behind the other person's back, even though you don't know it, right? And I think that there's some things that I really want, and there's some things that I'm willing to give up. But I think that there's some things that I'm also willing to minimize, if you will, in my lifestyle to make the other person happy, right? One can be a shoe collector, and the other one likes cars, right? And so I think that, even the smallest things, like, I'm willing to give this up for you, right? Or not give this up for you, I think is a big leap of faith. And I think that, finances is one of those things that even for the strongest couple, it can break up that strong bond that you have. Finances, money is like magic, right? It just happens to disappear if you don't watch it very closely.
Yes, I think there was a lot of people out there that just heard that. It was like, I know I have a couple of Amazon boxes in my closet that my spouse doesn't know about. So here, before we let you go, because I know our time is winding down, failing to plan for the future, how do we create a plan?
You know what? To answer that question in a matter of seconds is difficult. I think that planning first comes with a budget, understanding your inflows, outflows, and then as we grow as a family, we combine things or not combine things. We start looking at taxes, and then we start understanding, are we going to file together? Are we going to file separately? Then we start looking at the estate plan. Is this money for me and you? Is it for my children, your children? And then we consolidate that, and we have uniformity, if you will, not just spending, but in our whole holistic financial future today, and we plan that in the future. It takes time, right? It takes time. And so dealing with a firm like ours, of course, being holistic, where we can look at all those legs under the stool, makes a lot of sense.
All right. He is Alexander Joyce of ReJoyce Financial. My man's phone number is right there behind him, 317-903-9157. He'll sit down with you. You can make a plan. Thank you, Alexander.
My pleasure.